Good morning. I just wanted to pop in and share some revelations from this morning's Bible study with Aubrey. And in our studies, we went over Genesis 1 1, and then randomly, my ADHD mind, of course, has questions. And so I flip to random pages in the Bible occasionally, and then sometimes I will ask for confirmation with other things, which, um, well, I'm not seeing it now, so I guess it wasn't meant to come out. I did bookmark. Okay, well, I guess, oh, so I pulled a card. This is not tarot, but it's just an activation. As he was reading about resurrection, and then he pointed me to John 11. And in John 11, they talk about Mary, not the Mary Magdalene or Mother Mary, but Martha and Mary, and raising Lazarus from the dead. And they mention spikenard oil in the uh, reading, and them washing Jesus's feet with spikenard oil. And so upon intuition, I went to ChatGPT and I typed in essential oils used in the healing processes within the Bible. And I did that through the Codex, um, the Robert Edward Grant uh, plugin for ChatGPT called the Architect. And so I'm going to be compiling, I'm still working on the lotions and potions and all the good stuff. Then I'm doing the face oils and all of that I had talked about a few months ago. I'm still working on the perfection of that. And so it inspired me to ask the question, spikenard and other oils mentioned in the Bible that were used on Jesus and other disciples to heal and perform miracles. Confirmation. Thank you, email from, it doesn't matter. So the God put everything on this earth, right, to help us heal naturally. We don't need pharmacists. We don't need pharmaceuticals. We don't need Western medicine. Western medicine is great, great for diagnosis. They have the tools and the science and the all of that are fantastic, but they have been, in my opinion, infiltrated by pharma, big pharma. And big pharma, if you're not aware, they don't make money unless they alter God's gifts. So they cannot patent herbs, they cannot patent flowers, they cannot patent essential oils. And so that's why you have to put the disclaimer not approved by the FDA, because they lobbied the FDA and the government by paying them large amounts of money, the pharmaceutical companies, to be able to take God's medicine and alter it and turn it into chemicals that are not natural to our bodies. Our bodies do not understand how to process these chemicals that they are prescribing to us. And so I have studied Ayurveda. Um, I did not continue that study because I didn't like the dogma that came along with it. And so it's time to heal naturally. It's time to understand the revelations that we get from our surroundings every single day and see the divinity within all things, including the pharmaceutical companies and the Western medicine, because the dark always reveals the light, right? At some point. It might take centuries, it might take hundreds of years, but the dark always reveals the light. And so there is beauty in the darkness when we learn to accept it, when we learn to hold it, when we learn to love it. And the people that have been perpetuating the cycles are largely unaware that they are doing so. The pharmacists, I have pharmacist friends. They are not evil people. They are amazing people. And they just, they, I, so Stephen Young, Dr. Stephen Young, he has his PhD. He was using Western medicine techniques to help heal people as if we're not already whole. Um, so if you can't tell, I'm on one today, and I am just reveling in the beauty of the dark and the light and how they work together synergistically to create awareness and to create our ability to open up to the now moments and recognizing everything around us um, as a gift, as an absolute gift from God and Source. And so I wanted to show you guys a couple things. I have been traveling around with Aubrey to the west side of Montana a lot. It's been a beautiful experience. It's gotten me out of my comfort zone and pulled me out of some dark places and spaces in my mind and helped me to heal. And one of those ways is by collecting medicines, natural earth given medicines. This is a cattail. It's frozen. I just took it out of the freezer, so I wanted to show you guys. The medicine is all around us. So if we go to our books, like modern essential oils, modern essentials, and we look through and we see just different remedies in here that are all natural. The cures, well, I can't say the cures, or again, I might be condemned or arrested by our federal government. So it's not a cure, confirmation. It is a alternative to what our Western medicine system and pharmaceutical companies have labeled as cures. So I have that, and I also have several natural healing books that I have collected throughout the last few years. A Lost Book of Herbal Remedies is a really good one if you have some ailments that you're unable to find remedy for. I did learn that like spikenard is really rare and it's hard to extract the oil. So there is a guide in here and some equipment that I need to buy to travel to Nepal. This is now on my bucket list. I am going to go to Nepal during the season when spikenard is prevalent and blooming, and I am going to collect it and process its oil, or collect its roots and bring it back to the US. I am seeking a greenhouse, or actually I would love 5 greenhouses for our land stewardship and property. And spikenard and myrrh and frankincense are specifically mentioned in the Bible. So myrrh, it's kind of funny because my mom has like a visceral reaction to myrrh oil, and it was used for embalming. I didn't realize that until I just found this through the revelations that we were reading in the Bible. But yeah, it was mixed with the wine and offered to Jesus as he was dying on the cross. And it's also a holy anointing oil in Exodus 30. And so it carries antimicrobial and wound healing properties, and it makes it practical for medicine, according to the architect and ChatGPT. So if we're looking to heal our own bodies, heal ourselves, it's curious that they use it in embalming fluid. I am going to look into the meaning behind that. That's interesting. Also, olive oil, cassia, and cinnamon, balm of Gilead. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Camphora. Camphora trees. Got it. So it's right in the Bible. The medicine is all around us. I notice the more I pay attention to what's around me, I found some um, uh, well, I'm not recalling the name, so it's not important at this point. I also collected, we went to the hot spring in um, Lolo, Montana, and I got straight from the hot spring mineral water, hot spring water. I'm going to use this in some. Actually, I thought about putting it in vials and for the retreat that's coming up in October 23rd, 1, 2, 3, October 23rd, which is kind of funny. We did not intend for that to happen that way. It just did. that's that's God. So I'm going to vial up some of these in glass vials, and you can actually put them in your water bottles. And the glass will keep it from mixing because there could be bacteria right in there. I could boil it, but then that would take away some of the properties of it. But if you put it in a glass vial and then you put it in your water, the water surrounding it will take on the properties of the mineral water in a clean way. So I'll be um, bottling up some natural Lolo hot spring water. It came like right from the source, out of the ground. Um, I'll be teaching about looking for the medicine all around us. Like, you don't have to go far. God puts you on the path. And if you're paying attention to your path and what's around you and living in the now and appreciating the now and not worrying about the future or the past, that is one of the most beautiful gifts from heaven. It's creating heaven on earth. And that's what we talk about when we say just be here now, and to show up and co-create with each other and to find the divinity within, and then we can see the divinity on the outside once we find it within ourselves and dive deep and ask the questions and not be afraid to say no to the dogma, and to ask people why they believe what they believe. Their beliefs could be very different from yours, and maybe asking them why they believe what they believe will open them up to revelation um, that they maybe hadn't thought of, and vice versa. It works both ways. We are all just walking each other home. So I know this is a long message, and thank you for those of you who made it through this 13-minute long spiel. But I just wanted to say that we will be teaching intentional cooking. We will be teaching, I will be teaching intentional cooking and the medicines that surround us all the time. We will maybe walk the property and look for some different things that we find interesting. And then, yeah. Oh, this is a tuning fork, by the way. It is tuned to 128 hertz, which is the lower energies, like our earth energies. And so this is the body. It heals bones. Like, I am going to get some 528 hertz ones. 528 hertz is a higher frequency, so it's more heart aligned, more of the upper frequencies in your body and more aligned to the heavens. This one is more aligned to the earth and ground. It's very grounding. So if you have bone ailments or anything like that, I carry this thing around because sometimes I have, like, I get stuck energy in my shoulder. Like, that's where I carry a lot of my stress is in my shoulders. And so, and when, like, sometimes I will take on the stress of others, I notice, in the shoulder blades. And so I carry this just to ground, and it actually does help to heal the muscles and the bones. Again, we're not healing anybody. You're already whole. There are tools. You can do this within your own body. You don't need all this outside stuff. The outside stuff is a reflection of the inside. It already all exists within you. You don't necessarily need any of this, right? But it is a helpful reminder. And the reason that we were given these bodies with these souls is to recognize the beauty within and without. So, yeah, thank you guys for listening. If you made it, it is now 15 minutes. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and I hope you all have a beautiful day.